Have you or a loved one been charged or accused of a crime? If so, the stress can leave anyone feeling helpless and alone. But you don't have to be alone. Hi, I'm Dave Maldonado, and I've successfully defended Montanans for over a decade in these situations. So if you're tired of being scared, let's get you prepared. To see how, visit BigSkyDefender.com today.
You are not alone. Visit BigSkyDefender.com to find out more on how you can fight back against local and federal criminal charges.
Keys to just closing it out. I mean, you guys got a nice lead and finished it pretty strong.
Defensively, I felt our guys were elite tonight. Dylan Jones obviously had 30, did a good job of getting the paint and creating contact. But overall, we minimized your three-point attempts. When you can shut down those two shooters, Colter or Franklin, it's going to be hard for them to generate enough offense to outscore you. So once we got our offense going, I felt that we were going to find a way to pull away. We pulled just enough to hold on down stretch.
So efficient offensively these last couple games, particularly. What's going well?
Sharing the ball, shot selection. We got a couple guys who are going to be aggressive from time to time, and maybe take not necessarily a high percentage shot, but those guys have the product to do that from time to time to get going, and maybe it's a heat check. But for the most part, we're turning down okay shots for great ones. We're taking care of the ball. We got a lot of guys that understand what's a good shot for them, and we have a lot of confidence.
When you have a bunch of shooters on the floor, how much more dangerous does that make Brandon Whitney, the way he can penetrate?
No question about it. He's got room to operate. He can get to the rim. But I think the adjustment that he's made is creating for others. And once he started getting in the paint and kicking, and pushing it, and creating trail shots for the post, the floor opened up even more for him. It just made it very difficult to slow him down.
Now you stopped the other shooters, but under 40%. I mean, the last couple of games, just that defensive effort. Speak to what's been a little bit different, what's been clicking for you guys inside.
I just think we're more aggressive right now defensively. I think we're more locked in. We talked about our defensive focus off the ball. I think that early in the year we had guys resting, and guys were just shooting contested threes for no reason. I think right now the guys that aren't on the ball are doing a better job of being in the stance and helping us out and getting off. And really shrinking the court for the ball handlers. So if we continue to do that, we'll definitely be on the score.
It's nothing new for him, but how big was Lou's defensive effort in that second half to start? I mean, I think he had 2 blocks and a steal in the first 4 minutes. How big was he coming out of that halftime?
Lou's incredible. He shuts a lot down around the rim. His rebounding, his activity. He gives us the flexibility to change a lot of things, whether we're hedging or switching or trying. We can just do whatever we want with the ball screens and keep people on their heels. So his versatility defensively is incredible for us.
To just continue about the defense, we were, I think, at 6 assists on 21 field goals. How did you make them sort of into more ISO scorers?
Well, we crowded the paint a lot. It made it hard to get one-on-one for Dylan. He used to get to the rim. So he shot a lot of jump shots, and he made a lot of jump shots. But it made it more difficult for him to create for others. So if they don't catch and shoot threes, it takes those guys out of rhythm. Most three-point shooters shoot off the catch, as opposed to playing one-on-one shooting. So once we minimize that, it's just going to be very difficult for him to get the shots out.
You went to the press pretty early in that second half. What did you think about just the way you guys handled it?
I thought our guys did a good job spreading the floor out, taking care of the ball, and just coming out and getting a shot. I thought we were very aggressive and scored on it, as opposed to just resetting every time. When we're aggressive, we'll be a better offensive team. And you got to make people pay for the first pressing. Teams that don't get across the court, half court, and hold the ball, you're going to get caught in the short clock a lot, and it's just very difficult to keep your aggression and your momentum when you do that. So it was important for us to stay aggressive.
They shot it so ridiculously well in Ogden. I mean, what were the biggest adjustments you made, and also just how much do you think just being on high alert, how well they can shoot it, had your guys?
There were 2 things that happened in that one. One, they were ready to play. They were locked in. They made some tough shots. They were. I think everybody in their team played well in that game and were prepared to play. We weren't ourselves. We weren't ready, and they eliminated any opportunity for us to fight ourselves back into that game. But we broke down a lot off the ball, and there were just a lot of contested shots, closing short. Our attention to detail was not very good, and they took full advantage of it.
Legal tip of the day. If you have contact with law enforcement, everything you say can be used against you. Be very polite, respect the badge, and simply say, please let me call my attorney, Dwight Schulte.
And just in that same vein, to get the rematch and get the win, just to speak to your team's improvement, just what's that mean to you, I guess, to see that kind of adjust?
Growth. It shows that our guys, they have it in their gut, they have it in their heart to be competitive against the top teams in the league. I think, we got to that 4-minute mark today, and we did it Saturday, and we found a way to finish, which a week ago we struggled with that. So I think we're continuing to grow.
You mentioned on Saturday how Jackson played himself in his rotation. So the last 4 games, just what can you say about his effort both on both sides of the court?
I think him and Jordan Williams both are doing a good job staying ready and being okay with what opportunities they're given and making the most of them. Tonight, his rotation wasn't the same as it was on Saturday, but he gave the same effort. I thought he had a key defensive rebound when it mattered most. So he stayed ready, and he's going to be impactful for these wins moving forward.
Where have you seen him improve the most, Jackson, and just kind of start seeing himself get in this rotation?
I think he's doing a better job with decision making and finding ways to blend in with our chemistry on the offensive side of the ball, and I think his on the defensive side is helping us too. His rebounding and his size gives us a lot of versatility. So I think he's helping us on both sides as well.
What's the process like to bounce back after a rivalry? I guess not bounce back, but play a game after such an emotional game on Saturday night. How proud are you of your guys for being prepared for this one?
Very proud. I think that's difficult sometimes, especially when it's a rival game up the street. And, I'm pretty sure everywhere they went to eat the last 48 hours, they got pat on the back. And people talking about how good they were or how well they performed. And so it's hard to look in the mirror and see that you got work to do another 24 hours later. And so it's difficult, but I do think the fact that we lost the way we lost to Weber, it wasn't hard for those guys to come in and give them what they had. Those 4 seniors to play the minutes they played on a quick turnaround is difficult. And it shows a lot of what they have in their stomach and their heart.
You mentioned about wanting to put together a 4 or 5 game win streak in conference play. You're up to 3 now. How do you carry this on the road now?
Just got to stay home. You've got to continue to communicate about the things that are important and make sure that we do the things that we've been doing in good games. And that's defend and execute and play together.
This type of 7-7-62 game, is that kind of what you envision? Is that ideal?
Yeah, they're one of the better defensive teams in the country, so it's going to be hard to put 85, 90 on the board. We had some open shots we didn't make in the first half. Some of that was us, some of that was them. They forced 7 turnovers on us in the first half, so we needed to get more shots than we did. So the second half was more like us. But a win's a win. I'll score in the 50s if I can get a win.
Defensively, Dylan Jones obviously created some havoc. He had 3 or 4 steals, but it also seemed like you guys were able to attack him a lot. Is that true? And why were you guys able to attack?
That's what he does. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. He's an aggressive defender. And he's in the passing lanes. And he can deflect, dribble, things like that. So he makes those plays. We were a little loose around him with guys trying to make plays they probably didn't even make. But we got him in foul trouble. Once we got that second foul, we attacked because we knew he wouldn't pick up the third. Anytime you got down the floor with 2 fouls, he's going to try his hardest not to foul, which means he's not going to really defend the way he would. So we attacked that, and that allowed us to get that 6-point lead at halftime.
Cool. Great. Thanks, Sheriff.
Appreciate it.
See you bright and early.
Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
Down at Dahlberg Arena, Griz Star of the Week, Brandon Whitney, 24 points against Weber State, 77-62. The Griz pull away from Weber. First of all, thanks for joining us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Keys from tonight's victory. I mean, you guys were pretty steady for the entire game. The offensive execution was great. What went well?
I would say just defensively, we played well. We just went back to our basics, give a little extra help. And offensively, we just executed whatever Trav told us.
When you guys spread the floor like you do, how much easier does that make your job as a point guard?
A lot easier. It's just it makes the paint wide open and people help and I just keep it. So yeah, it definitely makes it easy.
You've been playing so well these last 3 or 4 weeks. What's been the biggest difference for you? Why? What's your mindset right now?
Honestly, just on a roll right now. We're getting wins. just motivated. So I'm just motivated.
It's fun to watch you guys because you watch college basketball. So many teams are so much different, but you guys have so many guys that have been around for a couple of years. How much do you think that helps you guys just overall as a team?
I think that helps us a lot. You know, people on our team have been in these games, whether it's close games or not. So I think having everybody together is easier to execute.
No, I love the way our team plays.
25 days ago, you guys got beat by 30 down there at Weber State. I mean, how much have you grown since then? What was the biggest difference tonight?
We've grown a lot. That was coming back from Christmas break. You know, we're on a roll now. We just had to tighten some things up, honestly, defensively and offensively. So I would say that.
What sort of boost does this guy give you? Okay, I mean, especially defensively. That first 4 minutes of the second half, I mean, he had 2 blocks, 2 steals. How much of a boost does that give you guys?
Gives us a big boost. I love when he does that. He brings a lot of energy on the court whenever he does that, so definitely gets a big boost. When
you know you're going against not only a great team, but a player like Dylan Jones that's gotten all this hype, does that give you some extra juice, or how do you sort of attack that? Because you guys, I mean, when they were on defense, you guys attacked him quite a bit defensively tonight.
Yeah, definitely gave us some motivation, you know, hearing that he is a good player. He's a good player, but it definitely motivates us, you know, to stop him and, you know, just make it hard for him to score and whatever. And, you know, he had 2 fouls in the first half, so we were just trying to go at him.
Obviously, Saturday, such an emotional high, winning on the road at your rival. How do you reset? Because it's such a weird scheduling deal having to play this game here on Monday.
You know, we have about, I would say, 12 hours to enjoy that win, and then we got to settle back into, you know, knowing that we have Weaver on the other end and have to get our revenge. So I would just say enjoy it that night, and then just have to settle down.
This stretch is going to be interesting. 4 games in, I think, 7 or 8 days. So how do you sort of manage that as an athlete?
Just getting the treatment, taking care of your body, I would say. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's pretty much you just got to take care of your body.
How close do you think you guys are to playing your best basketball right now?
I think we're pretty close. We just got to keep going, keep getting better, keep tightening things up.
Sweet, thanks, man. Thanks for doing it. Appreciate it. Yeah.
If life has become overwhelming, crazy, and hectic, then now is the perfect time to try the healing powers of CBD. Greenhouse Pharmacy has a full CBD apothecary with the largest selection of whole plant, full spectrum CBD products in the state of Montana. Choose from high quality brands and products like tinctures, balms, coffees, and tea, edibles, and so much more. Plus, Greenhouse Pharmacy offers exclusive products such as relaxing bath bombs, soaking salts, pain patches, and lotions. Visit Greenhouse Pharmacy on 3rd Street across from the Good Food Store.
Offensive execution tonight. I mean, you guys are just in such a huge rhythm. What's been the key to that these last couple weeks?
I think just ball movement, pace. We've been doing a really good job of sharing the ball. Everybody gets shots. It seems like throughout these games, everybody has their moments where they kind of go off and they go on a run, and they go on a spurt. And it's helped us a lot. It's helped us tremendously, and I think that's the result that you're going to get with winning a lot of games. We started another streak, and we just hope to continue.
Brandon Whitney gets downhill as good as anybody in the league. When you guys have all the shooters on the floor, how much do you, I mean, it seems like it's impossible for opponents to stop.
Oh yeah, that's by design. You know, when teams switch, we attack defenders that aren't as strong. Brandon, not only is he quick, but he's very, very strong. He's aggressive. He uses his body so well that once he gets inside that big sky, he won't go.
I think it was 25 days ago you played at Weber State. What's changed? How much have you guys grown since then?
Well, I think that game, we came off of Christmas break, so we had 6 days off, and then we had to get right into it. It was our first game without Money Williams, so I think that was a significant part of it as well. But now we found a new identity. We're on a win streak. We have some momentum, and we just brought that into this game.
Such a high on Saturday, so what was just like the mental process to reset yourself for this game?
12 hours. Coach gave us 12 hours.
That's what Brandon said too, yeah.
12 hours, which basically you're sleeping 8 of those.
Right.
So 4 hours, and then it's on to the next one. Then you've got to flush it just like you would flush a loss, just so you don't come into this game not hungry. And we all did that. I think we bought into that mentality. We came into this game hungry.
I know that you treat all opponents with respect. Everybody in the Big Sky is good, but the fact that it was Weber State tonight, I mean, does that help?
Oh yeah, I mean the fact that it's Weber State and the fact that they smacked us at their place.
Right.
You know, we had their number tonight. You know, we weren't going to let them come back in the game once we were up by 15.
When you're going against a player like Dylan Jones that's getting all this hype, I mean, how does that impact just the way you think about this game coming into it?
Well, I mean, he's a tremendous player, and he has tremendous abilities. He played really well tonight, but you don't want to give a player too much credit. He ties his shoes the same way that we do, and even though he played good tonight, everybody has off nights, everybody has on nights, just like anybody else. So he played really well tonight. I think he had 30 points, but the thing that we did really well is his ability to create for his teammates. So you got to tap your hat off to a guy like that, but we did a good job of containing it.
This is probably the most challenging in terms of like the turnaround stretch for you guys, because you're on the road again, one of the longer road trips in the league. So how do you get prepared for that? I mean, what are the main goals this next weekend?
Just mentally, just the same thing that we did right after the Bobcat game. We just got to be able to flush it, move on, and have that same desperation going into this road trip. So it's a tough 2 games. That you have with Portland State and Sac State. It's hard to get a sweep there, but we're going in, and that's our mindset.
Sweet,
Have
thanks,
been charged or accused of a crime? If so, the stress can leave anyone feeling helpless and alone. But you don't have to be alone. Hi, I'm Dave Maldonado, and I've successfully defended Montanans for over a decade in these situations. So if you're tired of being scared, let's get you prepared. To see how, visit BigSkyDefender.com today.
You are not alone. Visit BigSkyDefender.com to find out more on how you can fight back against local and federal criminal charges.